I'm going to tell you 10 things about the iPhone that not many will tell you. The iPhone does not let you store more than 100 recent calls in your call history. Like I literally cannot see calls I received more than a week ago. Also, if you receive WhatsApp or Microsoft Team calls, they also get listed. So it's really easy to exhaust your call history limit. So basically, if you send or receive 100 phone calls within a day, you cannot see your call history from yesterday. Next, on the iPhone, you cannot pause while you're shooting a video. Like on most Android phones, you can record a video, pause the recording, and then you can resume the recording. And so it is still one clip, one file, but with portions of video that you wanted to record. Yeah, you can't do that on the iPhone. So basically you hit record and you can look all you want, but the option to pause the recording is just not there. Okay, there is no inbuilt call recording. Like on Android smartphones, you can just set up either all calls or calls from specific phone numbers to be always recorded. And those recordings can be played anytime from phone's internal storage. But on the iPhone, no. There's no T9 dialing on the iPhone. So on Android, if I have to call a Shruti, all I have to do is open my dialer, tap numbers corresponding to those letters, and instantly I see all names corresponding to Shruti and I can simply call whoever I want. But on the iPhone, T9 doesn't work. Sure, I could go into contacts, search, type in the name, and then look for them. That's twice the effort. Okay, there is another way. You could go into Spotlight search, type in Shruti, and then it'll show up the most frequently contacted Shruti. But that's not the Shruti I had in mind. And so you absolutely must type the whole name to get to them. Okay, I've got 256 gigs in here, but I cannot use the iPhone to store and transfer files from just any device. Let me explain. See, with an Android smartphone, I can connect it to any PC, tablet, or a laptop and transfer any kind of file. On iPhone, I can only AirDrop to transfer files, and we know that it only works if I have a Mac or an iPad. But in the real world, where the majority is not using a MacBook or an iPad or an iPhone, it sort of is really limiting. Truecaller doesn't work as well on the iPhone. Now, I don't know if you know what Truecaller is, but essentially it's a service or an app that protects you or warns you against fraud calls or spam calls. But it doesn't work as advertised on the iPhone. I mean, it will show up at times and it won't show up at times, so it's really unreliable. Honestly, I don't know if there is a workaround for this, but if an iPhone expert out there can help me, in the comment section, I'd be grateful. Now, this next one is really interesting. So on the iPhone, a photo is not a file, and a file is not a photo. Let me explain. So in reality, every photo is a JPEG file, right? Well, not for the iPhone. So if you took a photo from the iPhone and you want to send it as a file on WhatsApp, just so that it's not compressed, quality-wise, you will have to first save the photo as a file, and then you can send it as an uncompressed photo file on WhatsApp. But on Android, every photo is a file just as it should be, and it shows right up when you want to send it as a file, again, as it should be. On the iPhone, it takes 2 steps to be able to edit between letters in a word. So first of all, every time you try to tap in between the letters, it will either take you to the beginning or to the end of the word. And then you have to long press and drag to get in between letters. But on Android, you can just tap and boom, there you go. If you can't still place it correctly, you can drag as well. Like just have both the options. Even in the music player. On Android, I can just tap anywhere on the slider to go back or forward. But on the iPhone, you can tap all you want, it won't budge. The only way you can make it happen is if you slide your finger. Not touch, slide. Now, there's no ideal way of moving your WhatsApp from an Android to an iPhone. Like there are 2 ways, but each has their own issue. So the official way is to use Move to iOS app. I mean, it will move all your WhatsApp chats to your iPhone, but it's going to want to reset your iPhone to be able to do that. And so you'll have to set up everything again in that case. And then there are third-party apps that will do it for you, but then they cost you like $20 to $30. But on the other hand, if you want to move your WhatsApp from an iPhone to an Android or from an existing Android to another Android, completely free and you do not lose any data. And lastly, there's no split screen or pop-up view on the iPhone. Like on Samsung, I would usually take notes while watching videos or reading an article or an how-to. And that's one thing I really miss doing on the iPhone. Like I have to keep juggling between one screen to the next. I mean, I agree, it's not a major use case, but it's 2022 and everyone is using their phones in so many ways, so why not? Now, a lot of you iPhone users are gonna say that these things don't matter. Look, it's one thing that you've grown used to how things work on the iPhone and you've conditioned yourself to working in that limited capacity. But if everything is going to take 2 steps to achieve, it does slow you down. And I've switched to the iPhone from using the Android for years, and I definitely find my smartphone experience slowed down. Sure, I absolutely love the smoothness, but I don't think it's worth losing the productivity that I enjoy on the Android. So I think on the iPhone, or rather the iOS, there's still work to be done in terms of productivity. Now, if you may ask, why did you get the iPhone? Well, it does have its own pros, and I've done a full video as to what my reasons were to get the iPhone. You can catch that video here in the card. Alright, that's pretty much it, guys. Those are a few annoying things about the iPhone that not everyone is going to tell you. In fact, even I didn't know most of those, but I've been using the iPhone, so now I know, and I thought I should share that with you guys. And hey, if you know of any annoying thing that I did not mention about the iPhone, let me know in the comments. And if you do think that these aren't annoying and there is a workaround, let me know. I'm all yours. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this was helpful. And if it was, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification icon and mark all. I'll see you guys in the next one.